Good morning. It's 8:15 a.m. Pacific time on the West Coast. And for those who haven't heard, TakeOFF from the rap group Migos lost his life early this morning in Houston, Texas. And first off, rest in peace to TakeOFF. Condolences to his family. This is beginning to be something that we, as Black people, are just saying too much of when it comes to rap men or Black men in the industry, and this shit is never gonna change. It's never gonna stop. I normally don't post about shit. I just want to go ahead and get that out there right now, that I'm not looking for any type of fame. I'm not looking for any type of notoriety. I'm not looking for no clout. I'm not looking to gain a bunch of followers. I'm not looking for any of that shit, because I know that with success comes enemies. And I've got my own things going on outside of YouTube. This is just me just venting and putting my piece of what I feel on the internet. And if you choose to listen to it, great. If you choose not to listen to it, great. If I can help one person see a completely different perspective, then hey, you know what? I'm happy with that. So all I want to say is that, especially with my channel, is that I tend to look at things from the aspect of the 48 Laws of Power. That's a very great book. If you haven't picked it up, I definitely suggest that you read it. And what I want to speak on is in relation to TakeOFF. And basically, the one message that I want to give to y'all and to anybody who's listening is that you have to understand that it doesn't matter if you're rich. It doesn't matter if you're middle class. It doesn't matter if you're poor. It doesn't matter if you're broke. There is always, always, always going to be someone who's going to try to take something from you. It doesn't matter what you have. We've seen this time and time and time and time and time again. And you have to understand that the people who are out here doing it, they are never going to change who they are. They are not going to change their perspective of the world for us. This is who they are. They've showed us who they are. The only thing that we can do is for us to change and for us to move smarter in being able to deal with these people. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you have. I'm sure you can all speak to the fact that, especially if you're a male, you've seen examples where if you had a female in your life, there's some nigga trying to take her from you. Or you've seen friends who are in relationships where niggas outside of that circle were trying to take her away, or something like that. My point being is that there's always going to be somebody who tries to take what you have. And from what I have read about the situation with TakeOFF is that this was a private party. This was a private party. This was a private event. So that means that this wasn't just some random group of niggas who ran up in here and shot him and stole from him, kind of like the P&B Rock situation out in LA. No, this was, if this is true, this was someone that he knew. And it speaks to the fact of what I just said a minute ago. It doesn't matter what you have, somebody is always going to try to take what you have. There's always going to be some enviousness. And then on top of this, we're hearing that this was over a dice game. Now, usually when the rapper gets killed, you don't have all the reports right away. There's been times where, you've heard people say, oh, this and this happened and da-da-da-da-da, and then come to find out none of the shit that was first reported actually even fucking happened. But let's just say, for an instance, that this shit is true. Let's just say all of this shit really went down the way they say it did. Over a dice game, my nigga. He's gone over a dice game. at a private party, meaning that whoever shot him, whoever killed him, was someone that he knew. And you can't sit here and tell me that whoever did this, unless it was Quavo, which I doubt it was him. If it was him, that's going to be the most shocking thing in the world. It had to have been someone he knew. He known. And you can't tell me that there was not some envious or bitterness or jealousy from this person who took his life. You can't tell me that. So I'm going to wrap this up just by saying that be careful out here. Be mindful of who you tell shit to. Be mindful of the people that you have in your circle. Always be aware of the people that you have in your circle. If they're hollering that gang bullshit, you need to be very careful with how you deal with them people. Because those will be the first motherfuckers that'll turn on you. But rest in peace, TakeOFF. This is another senseless tragedy that did not have to happen. And we, as black people, I get tired of hearing people say, oh, we got to do better, we got to do better, we got to do better. I get tired of hearing that shit. No, we got to move smarter. We got to move smarter. Certain situations, when you get money, you just can't put yourself in that type of environment no more. If you're making $100,000 a year, you can't be hanging around $30,000 a year niggas. You just can't do it. If you're making $1 million a year, you can't be hanging around niggas making $100,000 a year. You can't do it. There's levels to this shit. You can't be hanging around niggas who are not on your level.